Hello, y'all. I guess one last video for tonight. It's 9:39 p.m. It's already 43 degrees outside. And so I went to go and eat dinner. I was hungry. And I had breakfast food for dinner. And so I had breakfast food for dinner. Well, so I went down there. It was so cold, and I felt like I'm thankful and glad to be in a hotel room tonight. I guess I got too comfortable, for the past 3 nights, and I guess earlier this week. And so yeah, I guess I'm starting to get really tired. Well, I was tired earlier, but so I went to eat, and then I showed you what they did my grits. But I'm glad walking towards or coming back. Walking to, go eat or walking back here. I'm glad not that much perp activity, but they perp my grits for dinner and then charged me full price. And now they're hitting me in my heart. They just hit me in the heart just now with the director energy weapons. It felt like worse than just laser pain. Like a quick remote stab to the heart just now, as a way to try to wrongfully punish me and force me to shut up. And I don't want to turn the light on, but I have this little scrape and a little bit of skin coming off my hand, and I don't know how or why, and I didn't notice it until after I came back from dinner. And I was there ever since yesterday. Here, they've been having high traffic of loud cars with loud music, and I hear it right now. Y'all probably can't hear it, but I can hear it. And so earlier this week in the other room, they didn't have loud cars and stuff and loud music, but ever since yesterday, loud cars, loud music. And so my right shoulder is hurting. So I feel like as if I got too comfortable. Now I feel really sad and scared to have to go back on the streets and feel uncomfortable again. And I just wondering, that's very evil to prevent somebody from getting permanent, stabilized, safe housing. But on Section 8, it's dangerous and scary that your neighbors aren't safe people. Or any low income housing, your neighbors aren't safe people. In the hood, your neighbors aren't safe people. And I felt for a long time very bitter and upset, very bitter, angry, and upset on why do they categorize all poor people together, and the people who are on low income and disabled are forced to live in unsafe neighborhoods, and they get exploited and taken advantage of even more. You know, so it's like they put the disabled and elderly in the same category of hood criminals, all because they all have low income. And even single mothers with babies and no father around, they have to live around high crime and gangs and stuff like that, you know. But life is so scary. I can't even trust nobody. Um, I can't trust nobody. It's like I'm traumatized by life. People becoming more evil and dangerous. And so it's like I don't know. It seemed like that Shanquella Robinson situation did a number on me, kind of like the Travis Scott situation, and I can't get it off my mind now. And that really traumatized me because I had situations that reminded me so similar with my own relatives, my own family members being fake and trying to set me up, and you know, act moving funny and acting weird and stuff. And so yeah, that made me feel and then stuff that happened to me earlier this year that made me scared to not want to trust anybody at all. And then you know, if something bad happened to me, you know, they'll make it like as if society will make it like as if I brought it on myself, or if I would have died in Trisha's hands, they would have said this about me, that I got what I deserve. Nobody forced you to go down there. You got what you deserve. You win stupid game. I mean, you play stupid game. Well, how do they say? You play stupid games. You win stupid prizes. Oh, she was stupid for going down there. I don't feel any kind of sympathy. I don't feel sorry for her. I'm glad she's dead. We glad to put her down like a rabid dog out of her own misery and stuff like that. From my own race of people. Other races too, but getting it the worst from my own kind. But I already know that the perps are jealous haters. And I really believe that Trisha was jealous of me and a lot of the others. And that's how they do. Covert narcissists who are jealous, they pretend to kiss your ass and butter you up, and I guess what they say, build you up just to tear you down. Or try to make you just to break you. And so and I'm by myself, been with no friends, and like narcissistic abusers, they think that they're better than me. But like ghetto narcissistic abusers, they'd be like, well, at least I got friends. Well, they manipulate and lie and turn all your friends and support away from you, and then throw it in your face about, at least I got friends. Or they'd be like, you wonder why you ain't got no friends. You know, or you wonder why don't nobody like you. Like as if they think that more friends and more money makes them better people. So I'm traumatized by humanity, traumatized by people. And then when bad things happen to you, people want to judge as if they're God and make it like as if you deserve whatever bad happening. Oh my fuck. Ooh, they are really intensifying the pain in my right leg. And after I mentioned it, the pain mostly went away. I'm just laying here still. And how the hell is pain increasing and I'm not even moving? That's how I know it's them. Yeah, this pain is shooting all the way from my right hip all the way to nearly my ankle. But when I'm walking, it's fine. But it's mainly when I'm laying down. And I guess they're punishing me for having help with the hotel room. So as I said, that one night when I was on the streets, it was 35 degrees. And it was too cold to be outside, and I was afraid I was gonna die out in the cold weather. And so I was afraid I was gonna die. But they left my leg and my arm alone. But before the hotel room, before November 14th, it was the week before last, like about maybe 10 days ago, somewhere around there, that I wrote about the blog about the police, the Masonic police, and then later on they were causing fake Charlie horses in both of my legs. And then after I did a video about it, they stopped in their tracks. Like when they squeezed my organs earlier this year in January, and I did a video about it. And after I did the video, was it January or February? January 20th or somewhere. And I did the video about it. And right after I did the video, they stopped the attacks. So it seemed like a whole bunch of people are jealous of me, and a whole bunch of people are mad at me. A whole bunch of people want to punish me. Society has like zero respect for me, you know. And perps are not shy about how they want me out of here. That they want me eliminated and gone from society and put down and dead. But y'all want me dead, but I'm the crazy one. As I said, that Shanquella Robinson video made me almost want to break down because it reminded me of myself. But y'all out here comparing me to somebody like Darrell Brooks, or Darrell Brooks, or Darrell Brooks, however you pronounce his name. Y'all out here comparing me to somebody like him, trying to make like I'm such a crazy monster. But as I say, y'all will give him the keys to another vehicle and let him drive again before you let me drive. I mean, and society is just wanting to punish my existence. And, whoever did that so-called psyop of a mass shooting at the gay nightclub, y'all give those criminals a chance, another chance. So, that's strange because that lady was trying to get me to go to Alamosa. That Nancy lady tried to get me to go to Alamosa, Colorado, and Colorado Springs was right nearby. And then right after I turned her down, next thing you know, a couple of days later, here go that Colorado mass shooting or whatever. And all mass shootings are usually a psyop, you know. or predictive programming. Even the Darrell Brooks situation was a psyop and predictive programming. And they said the George Floyd incident was a psyop also. You know, Sandy Hook, all that. So they try to punish Alex Jones. I guess he revealed too much truth with that because he was. People say Alex Jones is a gatekeeper and a fake truther and a Khazar fake Jew and all that. You know. So anyway, I got a lot on my mind. Been having a lot on my mind, but due to the sleep deprivation, my mind is all scrambled. I'm not schizophrenic or have bipolar or nothing. I'm not trying to speak word salad, but I'm just freaking very sleep deprived and exhausted and tired. And so after I ate, so now I need to. All I probably have is a little bit over $20, and to get that, just that, out of the ATM and try to make change and get bus fare, and then have to go back downtown and beg and panhandle for money for food to eat and have to stay on the streets for an indefinite amount of time or unknown amount of time. I don't even know if I'll get help for the Thanksgiving holidays back in the hotel room or if I have to suffer out in the streets. And then this week, I have to do laundry. And I, I'm mad because this hotel, all the washers and dryers are broke. I could have been had more laundry done. So, and then when I get help with the hotel room, I just go straight there, and I don't always have because for me the place where I go take my shower is and they're only open at certain hours. They're not even open every single day. So they're not even open every single day, and they're open at certain hours. So I've been alternating and wearing the same double layers of clothes ever since this past, I guess, last Monday or so, and trying to stretch my clothes because the Monday or so before that, or the week before that, I got laundry done, and now it's about time to do laundry again. And this month, I had wanted to and planned to get me a few extra pairs of sweatpants, but didn't get the convenience or the opportunity to do it, and didn't have enough money left over to do it. So yeah, and I swear I think it sounds like I can hear the neighbor's TV and stuff like that too. So well, I'm glad the air. I'm glad the heat is still on. You know, I forgot what setting I put the heat on, but it's warm in here now. It's the heat says 81 degrees at the moment, and I feel warm in here. But as I said, I'm sick and tired of this back and forth and between the streets and hotels or motels, and I wish I had something stable, but some people say be glad you're not a slave to paying bills. But I gotta be a slave to be wrongfully banned from everywhere and to be stalked, followed, and harassed and abused more. And so You didn't see any gang stalking perp walks today. Well, I didn't make them public, but but I'm in so much pain. I thought that me taking a detox bath, that all the pain would go away. But after the bath, I was, I guess, I don't want to say vomiting, but mucus was coming up. And I wasn't exactly coughing up mucus, but mucus was coming up. And so that guy, Cliff Yu, who was mistakenly pronounced, was mistakenly thought of to be dead. Well, I think they put him in jail or something like that. And he was set up and framed and lied on and thrown in jail again. And he's been talking lately about how they fill your body up with a lot of mucus. And other targets mentioned about that too, talking about being having, and I've been having a lot of mucus lately. And so there's so much more stuff I want to and need to say, but as I said, due to the sleep deprivation and me being so tired and weak, my excuse me, my mind is scrambled. Can't even think properly, But I'm devastated and upset about the. I'm not worried about the other places, but that Four Winds Fine Market or whatever. Um, I really like that place as a customer, and as I said, what's the point of employers and landlords advertising a place to live or work, and they reject your application but still looking for people? And I had bought all that bulk size natural soap, the natural olive oil soap I bought from that place. And so now I'm devastated and frustrated and upset that place didn't hire me. But yet they had still been advertising job openings. But then when I applied a second time, they rejected me a second time as well. I was deeply hurt and felt, an emotional stab to the heart that I really wanted to like that place because I like the soap and I like some of the international products and stuff. And I thought they were supposed to be a Christian-based business or so. And so they probably Googled me and see the gang stalk and smear campaigns about me and all the bad stuff said about me. And that's probably was the case at the Hilton that I applied for the previous Sunday. So with that bus driver thing, it's like I don't want to freaking hear it. Stop talking about how you're crying for workers are quitting, and if Candy Grandpre try to apply for a job, you would reject my application. And with housing or whatever, if they reject me trying to get housing, but then still act like they want to advertise that the houses or apartment or whatever is available. So I guess I'll do my own personal boycott of the Four Winds place and the other fake ass places that won't hire me, you know. And so I don't even know if it's due to the gang stalking or the homeless discrimination or a combination of both, or because of the false bad reputation or past fake employers are giving false bad references because they're gang stalkers, like fake ass Shitville, Seville Quarter, the fake Dirty YMCA, Avis, all of them participate in gang stalking and workplace mobbing, and so they'll lie on you and have you blacklisted. Well, being targeted, you're already blacklisted, and so it'll be difficult for other employers to want to hire you, and so I'm just exhausted and burnt out and tired and just can't even get really any rest. So, I mean, I think that if I would have a place that's, even if I had to rent a room for $600 a month, I still think I would be kind of financially struggling. And I mean, if I had, you know, rented a room for that much. But they make the system make everything complicated, and you hear stories about homeless and poor people living in hotels and motels and stuff. You know, but it's like if they can live in a hotel or a motel, but they can't get an apartment, and it's look like even this hotel, like it look like some people stay here long term, or actually live here, and it's like I don't know how they do it for like even at motels. How are you living at a motel? If you're supposed to be so poor and living at a motel, you're able to afford $80 a night. Maybe you do day labor temp service. I don't know, but it's a hard doggone struggle, you know. But it's like, as I said, they trying to make sure that we don't get off of our feet and get ahead and get normal. And it's frustrating for people to say, you have to go stay in a shelter or you have to do this. You have, like, no, why can't y'all let me live a normal life? Let me get a job. Let me work. Let me get housing instead of force keeping me down. Like when I was at separation torture mission, Union Rescue Mission in Los Angeles, they acted like they couldn't stand me and were jealous, but at the same time, they try to strap me down there. Now, like, I know there has to be more to Los Angeles than Union Rescue Mission in downtown Skid Row. And they had that lady that looked like Missy Elliott. She looked and talked like Missy Elliott. And she even told me that she could tell that I was, a lot of people were concerned for me because they said that they knew me better than that, and they said that I looked too good or too innocent to be in some doggone downtown LA Skid Row. But I had nowhere else to go, and they used the mental health system to get me to Section 8, and they called it Shelter Plus Care or something like that. But as soon as I got, I mean, as soon as I got Section 8 housing, I ditched them for good. I ditched the mental health system altogether because I was really trying to break away from it after I found out the truth and I was still in Denton, Texas. Really, I initially tried to break away from the mental health system, but didn't know the truth. But just trying to break away from it earliest I can think was like my senior year in high school. I tried to be rebellious and non-compliant with the medication, and I was trying to get into the military, but the foster mom, all of them, they had everybody else go into the military, but blocked me, and that was something I really wanted. But after I found out the truth, I'm glad I didn't go into the military. So yeah, it's frustrating that people tell me you have to go eat here, you have to go to the soup kitchen. I'm not going where I was threatened. I'm not going where it's unsafe. I'm not going to a cult. Heavenly Blessings is a cult. Paying $600 to live in a pig pen. and eating slops. I mean, how they let that place run? And then even in, I looked at Alamosa, Colorado homeless shelter, same old, same old. And you go to even in Las Vegas or this place, that place, hardly any beds available, no beds available, and bed bugs. They take all your money. They're rude and abusive staff. They run, seems similar to a cult, like New Orleans Mission is a cult. I heard Salvation Army is a cult too. And if you ask some homeless people why they're homeless on the streets, well, a lot of times ain't no beds available for the night. And if not, I mean, if there are beds available, why are you homeless on the streets? Because, oh, shelters is not for everybody. What you mean? It's snow in New York City. It's cold. Shelters is not for everybody. Now I see what, I get it now. But I heard even in New Orleans, some homeless people say that they would prefer to sleep out in the elements than in a shelter, and they feel safer out in the elements than the shelter. And you hear about people getting jumped and beat up and murdered by jealous people in a homeless shelter. It's really scary. I mean, if you're in a homeless shelter or a rooming house or substance abuse center, and you have a roommate and it's winter and cold, and you and the roommate have a near scary, frightening, almost on the verge of an all-out fist fight for numerous different reasons. If you and your roommate have a fight because your roommate blasts the TV too loud or has her phone loud, or if y'all arguing or fighting over the temperature of the air conditioner or the heater, or you're fighting over the bathroom, fighting over the food, just fighting over any and every reason. Shelters are unsanitary and disgusting. I think I've mentioned before at Union Rescue Mission, Separation Torture Mission, we were forced to use the bathroom we paid to live there, paying to live in prison. And it's like, before 5 o'clock in the morning, they forced you to use the bathroom in the dark. And every single toilet seat was bloody. You never know what blood or STD waste that you'll see on a toilet. If you might see green syphilis waste on a toilet. I mean, that was traumatized. That was creeping me out. And even at that winter shelter in Long Beach, they had somebody who put like ejaculated green gonorrhea ejaculated on every single toilet seat. Like, what the fuck? Like, who the hell? Like, you trying to deliberately give somebody your, and like, how the hell? I mean, I don't know. I never in my life saw that before that. So I admit that I didn't want to come close to the toilet seat in the porta potties, so I was left with no alternative but to pee on the floor. And I hate porta potties and try to avoid them like the plague. I cannot stand porta potties. Even though on the Greyhound bus, I hate it. I mean, you may even find vomit on every toilet seat. People in homeless shelters like Union Rescue Mission, Separation Torture Mission, they feed you prison food and treat you like this shelters run like a prison. And a lot of people are running it, been in prison, or been druggies. And a lot of people get sick from food poisoning a lot in these homeless shelters. And you pay to stay there. And then these wicked, as I said, the wicked people running the shelters get falsely glorified as good Samaritans because they probably got Masonic backing. You know, and then there really is much of nothing for single women, really. It's like you gotta be skinny and with children and on drugs in order to get freaking help. But it's like, I don't even know. If I was married and had a husband, I probably wouldn't even be in this predicament. Or if I had a husband and / or kids, it might be. But then again, being targeted, you gotta be forced to be single because you don't want your husband. You don't want to be married to a fucking handler, a mind control handler. And the fake friends trying to lure me to come live by me, or people who I don't know. Even if you're a woman, if you're targeted and homeless, I heard that that's what they try to do. Have you go live with somebody, and then that person who, even if you're renting a room out of that person's house, or or if you're friends, they try to befriend you and stuff like that, and then that people will say that person is considered your handler, and then that person be trying to set you up, like Janet sent me way down to Miami. I never been to Miami before. In the beginning of the what started, when we got our stimulus checks that first time, and then she tried to, when I exposed her, Star Bricker tapped her on the shoulder and found her and showed her my videos, and then she kept on trying to get my videos taken down and try to falsely report my videos for privacy violation. No, motherfucker, you just don't want to be exposed because you're part of a Masonic cult, and you had your brother blood sacrificed. I don't even know. I heard somebody in that family. So it's like, if people were saying that Janet sent you down to Miami just for a street theater, but I don't like that word energy, but I felt something was off. When Janet had me go to that big ass party that was supposed to be a repast before the funeral, and her mom's cousin got shot and killed by the police, and then at that whatever repast or party, there was a shooting that night. I think it was exactly 11:33 p.m. Either we had left at that time, or that, and they had a whole bunch of police. You would have thought it was martial law, and it was, and people were talking about, oh, well, there's no social distancing, or no mask, no this, no that, whatever, But the police down in Miami or Broward County or somewhere, I would have never been able to get over, not by myself, but Janet took advantage of luring me down there with the freaking COVID stimulus check. And I think she was trying to set me up. And she acted weird the whole fucking time. And so, and then her son, at the time, he was 8 years old. Her 8-year-old son was abusive, smart ass, and disrespectful to the point where I couldn't take it. I couldn't handle it. And she just sat there and let him disrespect and abuse me. 8-year-old boy. But she'll try to lecture me and tell me off, though. But then it's funny how she tried to resurface herself into my life shortly before Trisha got me back to New Orleans. Before the situation with Trisha, it was around the time where the ex-boyfriend Alex, the biological brother Wyatt, and Janet all tried to come into my life all in the same week. 3 of them. And that was when I realized I didn't know it was this telephone scatologia sex trafficking perp, darn fake name Darnell Williams. That's when he started harassing me. And wow, they're hitting my right knee with they're hurting they trying to cause pain to my right knee with the directed energy weapons. So yeah, it's frustrating that people who are living financially well off and can get it. You wonder if they're perps. How is it they appear to be quote unquote more functional and normal in society than the target, and the target is viewed in society as mentally unhinged. Or you can't keep a job. You can't get a job nowhere. You can't keep a job. Or you can't get along with nobody. Or you can't keep a roof over your head. And how the hell these perps, they're that narcissistic and fake perfect that they can hold down a job, not only a job, but have a fucking career. And people won't even let you have a freaking simple bowl of grits. Can't even have a bowl of grits. But I'm greedy for a small bowl of grits. I'm greedy and you cheat me out the grits. But it's okay for you to have a 2023 red Jaguar F-Pace. Smack brand new. But I can't even have a damn bowl of grits though. But y'all wouldn't mind a whole bunch of pills shoved down my throat. Psych pills. So it's I was thinking earlier and I meant to tweet it on Twitter, but I'm gonna say it here. It's strange that so many employers they lie about that they're hiring and got many jobs. In the same way that a lot of housing then lie and say that there's hardly any housing available. But they got housing, but they just hide it from you. They lie and say, oh, we got jobs. We're now hiring. Well, they keep rejecting, but then they make like, even the Four Winds place, they made it like they're hurting for people real, real bad. And they had this tea place that the lady, it was English tea place or whatever. They said that they were hiring real, real bad. So, and then, like, if you try to get housing or a job, a perp will show up there before you and, sabotage. I'm like, come on, man. You have a place to live and you drive around in a Jaguar. I don't care if it's used, but you drive a fucking Jaguar. But then you steal that cottage, that $475 a month cottage that I was supposed to get. And you swoop in right before me, just immediately before me. Like at the smoothie place, I tried to get a job to work there. Guess what? A perp had came in right after me and applied and acted like they were looking for jobs, and they get hired and not me. I've tried smoothie places, coffee shops locally, and Starbucks. Starbucks even said no experience necessary. But why they reject my application then? For if they say no experience necessary, we will train. And gang stalkers, they step their game up with murder and sacrifice. But they're still trying to push you to try to commit, try to get you to commit suicide. And I guess if that doesn't work and you're still strong enough, then they'll take you out the damn selves, you know. And now they're vibrating my body. And so people out here, they fight dirty and they fight to kill. But they don't fight you just to, you know, but they want to lecture you and punish you and try to teach you a lesson and put you in your place, trying to tell you off about yourself, even throw God in the mix. And they want to throw in your face about the 7 deadly sins, but then 5 minutes later, they getting gangster and ghetto and call you bitch and a hoe. They call you bitch and hoe. Getting gangster and ghetto after you just quoted the freaking 7 deadly sins and falsely accused me of sowing discord amongst the brethren and, causing division amongst God's people. When you defrauded and lied on me, you defend Freemasons, you defend the gang stalking network and the fusion centers and everything, and you reverse it on me and lie and say that I'm Satan's puppets and a perp. But you don't even have any evidence at all. And you don't even show your fucking face in your videos. I got many videos of showing my face, but just not now as a way to protect myself for survival because of the online perps. But they probably snicker behind my back and brag and laugh about how they know exactly which restaurants I ate at or exactly which hotels I've been staying at and say that Candy's stupid. Or they say, oh, I'm not a fool. And it ain't even your business where I'm staying at. But